Hi, Recovery Girls. I'm Lynn. I want to talk to you a little bit today about what it was like pre-recovery and post-recovery in terms of presence. So when I was drinking, I would go out to dinner or to a party, and most of the time I would have already arrived having some sort of buzz or high from drinking prior to that. And so I would say, let's use the example of sitting down to dinner with a group of friends, close friends, people I love, people I want to be with. And I could be engaged in what seemed like an intimate conversation, but really in my mind, I was always thinking about where my next drink was coming from. So I always had an eye on where the server was, so that I knew that they would be close by if I needed to refresh a glass of wine or I wanted another cocktail. So while my friends thought that I was in a conversation, really my mind wasn't there. My mind was caught in that obsessive thinking. And once I had that glass of wine or that cocktail, I was good for a little while until I was ready for the next one. And I had to watch and make sure that somebody was going to be there to serve me. And so, the lie of addiction and alcoholism that we get caught up in is that it makes us more outgoing or funny. I can remember being at our family lake house and thinking with my kids, I was so funny because I was tipsy or, just something out of my ordinary behavior and who I was. And I think that must have been really unsettling for my kids to see me like that. But in my mind, I thought, oh, that's hilarious. And then another lie is that we feel like maybe we'll be more relaxed. I can remember going to some intimidating meetings with my husband and my then husband, and feeling like if I just drink this, I'll feel more relaxed. And then the lie of having a heightened awareness, kind of thinking that I'd be funny. I also felt like if I drank, that I would have this awareness that was just a little higher than normal. I'd be more awake, more alive. So those are some of the lies that I believed and why I kept wanting to know where my next drink was. And part of it is just I have a physical craving for alcohol that a lot of people don't have. I believe it's a genetic kind of, people have called it an allergy to alcohol that really creates in me a longing for the next drink and the next drink, because I tried control drinking. I tried to say, I'm just going to have one beer. And man, the minute that entered my system, I was ready for the next one. So, all this to say that during those years, I was very obsessed with where my next drink was coming from. And what became very apparent to me was that was the most important thing. It was more important than anything to me. I would never have admitted that, but that's the truth of it. And once I got into recovery, I was, not suddenly, it was a process. I was able to, when I surrendered, the irony is in surrendering that we become completely free. When we wave that white flag to say, I'm powerless over this, we become free. So now I am free to be present with my kids, with my friends at dinner. I can sit at that dinner table now and I can fully engage in a conversation, fully understand and want to know more about them, want to be a giver instead of a taker. I was such a taker before, and people that knew me probably wouldn't have said that because I have somewhat of a giving type of spirit, but I was really, in my mind, I was a taker. And now I have the freedom not to be under the influence, instead to be able to give of myself and who I am, to be able to receive who somebody else is. And that is a huge gift. And now I can be focused on what you're saying, whereas before I probably would have been like, just over my head, not really paying attention. So those are the gifts, and I cannot overstate how important it is and what an amazing gift to be able to be present in people's lives, and for me to be who God created me to be now as a result of recovery. So I hope that you will turn your lives and your will over to the care of God, and then watch for the miracles, my friends.